Yo, morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let me just take this. Okay. Cool. Okay. Welcome to the stream. We're currently trading NQ. Today was CPI day. Wanted to see a larger move, but yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. I got issues now with Tradify. I cannot seem to connect to their software, like their account. Like it says that I don't have an account, even though I have two. Yep. I mean, I guess, yeah, that works. Not that. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the top down. Welcome everybody, good morning. I hope you had a good day yesterday. I certainly did. We called out the level 29,839. That was the level that I said we're gonna tap. I also took a trade on this on my evals for a 1-to-1 that delivered. With the evals, as we stand, we got 2, right? And with the evals as we stand, we currently, this is 2/3 past and this is 1/3 past. We will probably like pass it next week, this week. We'll see what price gives us. But overall, if we go on the daily, yeah, so on the daily we wigged this daily swing low. That's what I also marked yesterday as our target. We had that huge move down. I hope you guys didn't take any longs going higher. So that was our daily swing low. Wicked it. Yeah, this is now a week high. On the 4-hour, crazy structure. This great wall of China looking candle. Let me see, how big is it? Yeah, 1,400 points. Okay, so we have that. This is toilet paper, people, so the ones who want to buy and then they get taken out, of course. Okay, so let's go down to the 1 hour. So 1 hour has 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th swing. Currently creating. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we tapped into that SNDR, the previous swings SNDR. Also, this this one, I expected a trade off of this all the way on Friday, but I didn't get it, and it just fell down and down all the way to the low. So the CPI candle did like absolutely nothing. It went up for like 100 points, which is obviously nothing. This is the 15-minute flip. Yeah, the 5-minute protected low was broken, tapped into that SNDR, traded lower. I could expect a low being put in, then going higher. Yo, what's up? What's up? Nice, Roro. Nice, good to hear. Good to hear. So I think we trade of 8 is down because, yeah, me and Marshall both have Tradify accounts and they don't work. Yo, Anonymous, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, with the top down, let's go down to the 1 minute. We have a little flip here, but overall 5-minute. This was all Asia. Yeah, this was all Asia. Asia was pretty rangy today, I see. Tapped into that SNDR. One of the guys actually marked it out. Perfect delivery. Tap to the tick and then bam. Yo, Sabbath Santa, welcome. We are aware. Okay, DTFX support. We are aware of the ongoing issue. Our team is actively investigating the root cause. We appreciate your patience while we work on a fix. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, let me just screenshot this on this. Okay. Cool. Cool. So trader weight is down. That sucks. Yeah, we'll just continue trading on my PAs, whatever. I wanted to get a I can probably pass these accounts till the end of the week if they start working. Yeah, overall, I'm just gonna wait for market open. I do have an expectation of another low being put in, but again, I'm not married to that bias. I'll see what we get. I'm sorry for if there's any rambling. Again, it's the same as yesterday. Monday. By the way, the sponsor of today's live stream is Monster. So let me just crack this open. So did you guys end up being profitable yesterday? I took one winner. It's plotted on the chart. Let me see how many R you could have taken. All the way to the low 31 R. That's nothing. But yeah, I took this 1-to-1. I took this 1-to-1. Which wasn't really that bad. Tapped, directly delivered. We had the swing count met, and that's all that matters. I am looking for shorts today. I am strictly looking for shorts today. Let me just notify everyone that we are streaming. Okay, cool. R versus win rate, choose your horse. Yeah, you can have high R, you can have high win rate. You can't have both at the same time. Like logically, yeah. Trades like these do happen with 5R, for example, but they are much less probable as trades. Well, well, yesterday we got them back to back, but they are much less probable. You're gonna have lower win rate. With higher R comes lower win rate. I don't know the exact coefficient, but yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, overall, I am a bear today. Sadly, trade away doesn't work. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But I am not in a rush. I'm not in a rush to pass these accounts. It's just, you know, for peace of mind. I like to pass accounts quickly, just so I don't have to worry about them. Good thing with DTFX, it should be win rate first, TP1, then R for TP2. Yeah, exactly. So if your setup is a 1-to-1, you could easily have 2 TPs, right? You just go in with the smaller contracts. So what you do here is TP at the 1-to-1. That's what you backtested, for example. Then you implement the risk management strategy, maybe go BE or something, and then shoot for high R. You know, that's what you could do if you want to get the most out of the move. And if you're comfortable with holding an entry for, you know, a couple hours or minutes, depends on what you're trading. If you're trading Nasdaq, it's gonna deliver in 5 seconds. The Nasdaq has been crazy with shorts. I love it. Yeah, so let me try trade the weight again. Okay, so DTFX. Okay, one of the accounts shows up. Let me try to relog. Let's see. Okay, that's obviously not any good. We have one of the accounts showing up on Tradeify, but that's one more than nothing, right? Crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for market open. I will connect also on here. Let's username. Okay. Is it gonna work? Oh, it works. Cool. So you guys can see my trades live. I don't wanna. Bro, trading view is so much better for charting. I forgot how good trading is. Yo, Rush, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Did you? I didn't even get an answer. Did you guys end up being profitable yesterday? Did you guys end up in any profits or losses? It's fine. Losses occur too. I was in profit yesterday. Crazy. Nice, 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 Rush. With that CPI candle, it was really anticlimactic. I was watching this, like only 100 points, like 200 points, like nothing. Let me just do. Wait, why? Oh yeah, text one. Oh, I guess it's 200 points, anyways. Yeah, 212. Well, compared to our Asia and London PA, 100 points is nothing. Look at this. This was a random 703 candle. 100 points in London. In Asia, look at these candles. 40 points. Crazy. Just crazy. So with the open of today, we're down 0.82%. I was expecting with the wick of this to get a little higher. I was walking outside at 3 AM. Yo, I hope I mean, I don't know where you live, but in some places that's considered very dangerous. You know, in America. That is crazy. Now just we're gonna have market open. Very safe goat. That's nice. So we have the low of the CPI candle, which you can have as a target, like the news candle low. You can have as target. With this open. Yo, Winksane, welcome, Winksane. Have this previous high. Let me just mark out. Okay, now there's no. There could be an MM here. Let me see. Yeah, I won't mark out any. There's too much clutter here, and it's Asia. Usually you take the highest one with the most taps. That's what I usually do. But I don't really like these. Like I really don't like these MMs. So again, you can have the CPI candle low or the news candle low as a possible target or price. Obviously backed as this concept, but usually with these candles, when we trade lower, for example, if we trade lower, we usually in the New York session slowly make our way back to the top of the candle, and with us trading higher, we slowly make our way back to the candle low. That's what usually happens with these candles. Not all of the time, but yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is PPI. Today was CPI. White Monster goated. I know, that's why I'm drinking it right now. Yeah, so it's still showing one account. I don't really like this. But yeah, better than nothing, I guess. How different is White Monster? Oh, it's night and day difference. It's night and day. The White Monster is sugar-free. But the regular one, if it doesn't say it's with sugar, and a shitload of sugar, like 50 grams. Crazy. So yeah, I see NQ taking the low of this candle's low and then taking the high if it wants that. But there is a double bottom for me here. Looks like a decent target. This low. Did any of you guys take this SNDR entry? Or the one above? This one. If we do a case study on price right now. One high, two highs. So two swings. 1, 2. This is the swing low. This is the SNDR of the second swing. Tap the SNDR. First tap scalp, second tap double bottom. Bam. Bro, you guys should go and screenshot this. Like, it does not get any more cleaner. Yeah, it does not get any cleaner than this. So the first tap and the second tap double bottom. Such a nice entry. But yeah, we are coming down to that target. Like, as I said, we slowly but surely do end up taking that candle low. You posted that yesterday in the spam? I didn't even see. I was so tired yesterday. Let me see. Oh, I see. Scalp plus double. Oh, I even reacted with. I thought you had the whole marked. You had the whole zone marked. Nope, my dumbass was too zoned in again. So, as you saw. Nah, he wasn't. Nah, Wingston. Don't worry. I can go over that GC trade. We swept this low. Probably gonna give a little reaction up above, and then we'll go from there. So I can go over gold right now. So I don't know where that was. It was like a reversal and then an SNDR. Oh yeah, it was this. Yeah. So with us trading up above, giving no closure up above this high, I would not have. Well, First of all, the S&D that gave us this high but no closure was this S&D down below, but it didn't give us a closure, and with us not giving us a closure, this all becomes invalid for me. And if it trades higher and then makes another S&D, I definitely wouldn't take this. But if you backtest this, it's fine. Like, it's totally fine. But me personally, I would not have taken this. I would have taken this if it closed above. But if it didn't, and then it goes out and takes out the zone, that's not a valid entry for me anymore. Let's go on NQ. Oh, MNQ does not exist. Yeah, small reaction. Small reaction. Let me try Trade Evade again, if they fixed anything. Nope. Just one account. That sucks. I had this slow, honestly, going. But yeah, this is just going higher. That was my entry model here, the fractal double bottom. On the imbalance. We had a fractal double bottom. God, I can't even see it. But yeah, good. I will go through my historical trades and split those where it wicked, and you created an SNDR and didn't wick. Okay. But yeah. I'm glad that you understand. So this took the high. Unfortunately, those trading inverses, if they were trading inverses, they would have target filled over here. This is like a the more I hang out with Marshall, the more I understand ICT, and I don't want to understand ICT, but I see what they mean. Yeah, so this was the 30%, yeah. Now this, with us closing up above, this would be considered now the second swing. The 5 minute looks okay. We're on the DXY. With us closing up above, it would be the second swing, but only on the 1 minute, because the 5 minute, obviously, the candle is huge, and it's not a validated swing on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute. A weak ass closure up above. Hey, there was an MM here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweep. Trade back into the range. Double sweep. Trade higher. I would, however, not mark this, but I would mark this. Oh. Yeah, because this is tapping an SNDR, a higher time frame SNDR. This obviously was a flip. Trade back into the 50%, trade away. Possibly going to that 1-to-1. I would also target this low. Taking the golden zone level silver bullet SNDR IFVG. No, you forgot the OB equilibrium IFVG dodges 1530 entry. But yeah, really nice reaction. I didn't even, well, I had it in mind. We did mention the flip on the TDA. This was a sweep. This was tapping that into that SNDR. This swept the SNDR, and I was just trading lower. So the targets would be this low. Active incident. Earlier today, a system fault caused all Tradeovate accounts to become temporarily disconnected. Our team is actively working to reconnect all accounts. This may take up to a couple of hours. Reconnection is underway. No action is needed on your end. Wow. Okay. I hate Tradeovate. Like really bad. I hate it. What is happening with price action? Okay, never mind. Good morning, guys. Oh, SBS, welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the stream. We have issues with Tradeovate. Who would have thought? After 3 years, we're still having issues with Tradeovate. SBS in the building, yeah. The man, the myth. I mean, we have no trades, active trades that we would need to worry about. So I'm chill right now. So do you think the IPO SPX is going to have a CPI impact, NFP impact, or no impact? I think it's gonna have Wingston, it's probably gonna have an impact of like NFP, but over the days. It's not gonna be instant. Yeah, well, obviously it's gonna have like a an up move. Yeah, we know that a lot of people are gonna buy SPX, and a lot of people already have orders to buy SPX. But I think over like the next few months, the market is gonna go down. So yeah, it's more of a prolonged bearishness that I anticipate. But that's just me, you know. Did this deliver the one top? I didn't. But yeah, because it is going into the Nasdaq, and we know what the IPO essentially is. It's built around systems that aren't even developed yet, or they're losing a shit ton of money, and it's essentially a buyout. Well, you're gonna be the liquidity. Us retail, we're gonna be the liquidity for the investors. That's what I think. So this is the third swing. This is the second, the first. You just try Tradeovate again. Yeah, Tradeovate just does not want to budge. Okay. I can full port the accounts right now and just blame it on their connection problems. There's probably people doing that. Please don't do that. But yeah, the Tradeovate data feed seems really laggy. Or am I just load? Oh yeah, it's loading. Believe it or not, with that provider, we have always had issues with Tradeovate. There was always something going on. It was either the data just being completely skewed, you know, or, you know, accounts not showing up, orders not filling. Ninja Trader, like Rhythmic, was always the better option as the data like provider. And you also had ghost trades, yeah. You basically clicked sell, or you had a limit, right? You had, let's say you had a limit at the 50%. Price went and delivered that 1-to-1, and you would have been filled on this candle, for example, or this, just down here. The trade wouldn't even hit TP. It would just go and fill you up here when price is all the way here, and you would be negative. That was crazy. I regret I didn't talk to support then, because I probably would have lost less accounts. That was at the start of my trading. I didn't even know what was happening. I thought it was my fault. I was like clicking sell, I was clicking sell, and then just out of nowhere I had a 10 lot position, 10 contract position open. I was like, okay, but that was like after 5 minutes. Like, I was like, okay, why is there I clicked it once, didn't work, clicked it twice, didn't work, and boom. We have a 10 contracts position going down. The price is obviously going up. I don't know if I have screenshots of that. It was on my MacBook. Let me just okay, we have this last up move that we could be tapping into. This is the origin. We have this larger swing. I will just fib it. This is the previous swing point. We have the 50s and the 70s we could tap, and also the larger up move. Because of we have to understand price is fractal, so this is also an up move, just on a higher time frame. Right? Look, the hourly. You see? Let's see 4 hour. Yeah, even 4 hour. Look, it's an origin on the 4 hour. This they close below. This. Oh, I can't see if there's a closure. Let me see what the OHLC close is 777.75, and this low is 778. So in fact, this did not close below. We have a weak 4 hour high up above. I also had 28,682, which is the daily wick. Let me just it is the daily wick, and we already delivered a 1-to-1 on that. You see, tapped, boom. You could use this as lower time frame entry, like a confirmation when price comes into your area. For example, if there was an area here you would tap into, this could be your confirmation. But yeah, this is just going up. Crazy. I had us delivering that 1-to-1 from the 50. We did not get that yet. I deleted everything, didn't I? Yeah. This was a higher time frame SNPR tap. Yeah, this origin up above looks nice to take a trade off of. Because it did put in a new higher time frame low. So I'll see if this doesn't, you know, just absolutely run to the high. I could probably, you know, get some reps in. Forward test the low. So this has this leg over here has 1, 2, 3, and now this is the fourth swing. This is where you start the counter. This is where you start. Between the time frames, where Anonymous? Where do you get lost? So yeah, 3 swings. This would be the protected low. If we close above this protected low, expect price to trade back into the range and then go lower. Have this imbalance here. Could tap the imbalance and go higher. Oh yeah. I mean, I would give you the simple answer, and that's to backtest, but I'm not gonna give you the simple answer. But it is effective. It is really effective. Okay, so yeah, the longer answer would be go through time frames. So you go in the 15-minute. You go on the 15-minute. Okay, how does the structure look in here? Okay, so we have a high and we have a low and then we have a high. We're stuck in this range. Okay, cool. We have this 15-minute SNDR. We traded out of it. Okay. I will BBC, only BBC. This week PA has been really nice all days. I know, all of the days. I got a trade. Wait, did I get a trade on Monday? I don't think I got a trade on Monday. Let me see. Journal overview. Yeah. So on Monday and Tuesday I had trades. Let me just screenshot this. Yeah, so on Monday and Tuesday I had trades. I'm looking to see if there's gonna be one again. But yeah, I don't mind about the trade numbers. It's I'm not trying to flex, but the trade numbers are also off because I'm trading with micros, and sometimes it fills in batches. Like it doesn't fill the whole order. Every order is separate. So yeah, one trade could be 6 trades, just 6 different 1 micro trades on the same. Yeah, it's weird, but it's how it works. So yeah, sorry Anonymous. That is super annoying on NT. I know. Everywhere, it's everywhere. That's how the market works. That's how they fill your orders. If you got, there isn't one, well, there isn't one position with 10 contracts. It's 10 little position with 1 contract. At least that's how I think it is. Yeah. Did we get the 30 here? This is really high. Also creating that MM on the SNDR. We have nothing significant up above to tap into other than maybe an hourly imbalance. Oh, also an hourly fractal. That's crazy. Yeah, hourly imbalance. That's all. That's everything. But yeah, we are creating that MM, so I'm just gonna mark it out. Anonymous, so yeah, we're in this range. So you just go and look. Okay, we're in this range. Let me see the lower time frames. We know 15-minute is bearish. Let's go on the 5-minute. Okay, so on the 5-minute, we went, tapped into this SNDR, swept, and closed the low. So we're still kind of bearish. Okay, so we have this little 1-minute trend that is happening. Okay, we broke that trend, tapped into that SNDR, delivered that SNDR. Okay, we had this second swing. And we have this third swing on the 1 minute. Wait, let me go on the 1 minute. This first swing. Oh my god, yeah, everything is getting cluttered up. Hold on. I have to. Oh my god. Please work. They have this first swing, that second swing, the third swing, now the fourth swing. We didn't get 3 swings before we tapped into that 50. We know that, okay, maybe Price has higher objectives, you know? Usually with us tapping an area, I like to see at least 3 swings before it taps the area to then go lower. That was one of my rules back when I I had really strict rules. I wanted to see 3 swings, even on if it was on the 5 second, it doesn't matter. I wanted to see 3 swings coming to the area before I took a trade going counter. And I was sold, like I cemented that in my brain. I'm not going in an entry. I wouldn't, for example, here on the 50% of the origin, of the 5-minute origin, I wouldn't have gone in. Why? There wasn't 3 swings coming into the area. There was only 2. So yeah, this by the way is not a 5-minute swing. It's a 1 minute because of the CPI candle opened all the way up here and then closed higher. Therefore, it doesn't count as a 5 minute. This, however, is. Yeah. I still don't have 2 accounts on Trade-O-Vate. Hoping they resolve that soon because I do want to take trades today on the evals if they present. Let me just log out here. Okay, go here, connect. Let me just log in. Yeah, still showing just 1 account. That's crazy. Ah, whatever. So yeah, now anywhere that would be tapping up here, for example, if we were taking the trade from the 50% of the S&R/MM, you could, because in the background, Anon, or are you saying? Wait, are you just? Did you just come? Oh yeah, never mind. Welcome back to the stream, buddy. I got a little confused because the neighbors are still doing construction. Yo, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. So when on smaller time frame you counter on higher time frame structure, you can counter on higher time frame structure, of course. I just don't know. If only the YouTube grew at the rate of the Discord. I know. The Discord is just growing. Like we're at 150, something like that. 150. Depending on the swing count. Now, Anonymous, I would answer that question, but I totally do not get the point. Like, when on smaller time frame you counter. So when do I, on smaller time frame, counter on the higher time frame structure? When the swing count is met. That's when. If we were gonna counter a higher time frame zone like this, I would like to see 4 swings. At least. So 1, 2, 3, then tap, and then go down. Because that would be now the 4th, right? Going below. That's when I count it. Yeah. That's one. It just depends on the swing count. But hey guys, remember to backtest. The fastest way to wealth is backtest. And I assure you that forward testing any strategy is not going to yield you the same results as backtesting does. So we have this protected low on the 1 minute. And this is also the previous swing point. And this is the second, and this is the first. Okay, so I got both accounts on Tradeify right now. They both show up. So that's cool. Let me just set up the copier for them. It's cool that we have a copier Apex one that allows me to copy more accounts than one. 54. Here we go. I just now naturally put it on MNQ because I know the sheer amount of volume and volatility that we're in. Let me see this candle. Yeah, this candle alone is 100 points. Petition to make a smaller micro. So what we got? We have mini, micro, a pico contract. Yo, I'm going in with one pico. That would be crazy. Still trading higher. Reacted off of that we could see after price sweeps this high, we could see a trade back into the range. That's if. Does anyone hears interference? Yeah, that interference is called a jackhammer in the background. That's I'm sorry about that. That's yeah. I can't do anything about. I don't want to close the window. It is 30 degrees, and I am gonna cook up. So if you guys can just hold on a little. Just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Someone mining PTC. Get an air cooler. I assume the air is dry. Yeah. Well, here in Slovenia, we aren't used to that that high of temps, and when they do hit, and it is humid. It is humid. Because it rained. It's just unbearable. I know. Wait, hold on. This is the interference, guys. Hold on. This is the interference. Yeah, I know. It's yeah, I am going nuts. Yeah, AC is the best choice. Yeah, that's why I'm actively looking for a new apartment. need a new jackhammer entry mod. Yo. I should just call the SNDR model the jackhammer. So this is still bullish, so try not to take any shorts going like a higher time frame shorts. Just wait for lower time frame confirmation. Watch me become the Karen on the block. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know, they've been going at it for like 4 days now, since Sunday, and it is driving me insane because they started 7-8 a.m. and I really want to sleep until like, well, I don't want to be woken up by a jackhammer. That's it. I don't want to be woken up by a jackhammer. And you know, heavy machinery. It sucks. It's absolutely the worst. Ooh, I know what's coming soon. It's the backtesting session. I can't wait. Close above the trend, SNDR. We're gonna be seeing a lot of we are also gonna be experimenting with origins. We're gonna be experimenting with second swings. Just like a 26, yeah. 26-point trade on 5 the second. I know. I know. That's what I'm saying, because the candles, they have to release new updates for NQ. We gotta get new DLCs, man. Bro, this bearish candle is 80. 80, 60, you know. We gotta get like smaller contract size because I can't. Yeah, give me higher commit. Well, that would be counterintuitive, but like, you know, we can't be caught trading this. We're gonna be over leveraging. Everyone's gonna be over leveraging now. So this is gonna take the high probably. Yeah, so really clean volume. More people will blow accounts for this volatility. Imagine trying to go in on one mini. Like goddamn, you would have been cooked. Like one mini on this. Let's see. How many ticks? Yeah, that's $3,000. Just this move. That's $3,000 on one mini. Yeah. So I started. Yo, Anonymous, I don't think you were here when I was talking, but I can just show you. Wait, let me see, when did I... 19th of May. Usually it takes me like a month. Yeah, it takes me like a month. I can show you the stats on the evals. Here you go. These are the stats on the evals. It takes me like a month, usually. Depends on how much you risk though. It really depends. But yeah, we have a 76% win rate. Always going in on a 1-to-1. It's a little discrepancy because we don't usually get, well, the contracts, the moves are getting too big, and yeah, that's it. Anonymous, usually, yeah, 1 month. It could take 2 months, it could take 3, it could take 2 days. Well, not 2 days. We can't do that. It takes 2 weeks sometimes. You know, it's all about how much I follow rules, how much do I pay attention to them, how many trades I take. Roro, I already incorporated that. I already did trade it, so. But I would, I would for the sake of it, just buy one eval. Well, first of all, backtested it, but buy one eval and just take Zil on SNDRs for like crazy R. I just do that because I know it delivers so well. Like especially the recent ones. Like I'm telling you guys, this has just been crazy. But yeah, measuring the impulse, that's the hard part, right? Because which impulse are you gonna measure? Are you gonna measure the whole leg coming in, or you're gonna measure the inner impulse? That's where, you know, discretion comes in. And that's what I talked about in the Discord, because somebody may have different views as to what an impulse is, what an impulse leg is. Somebody could take this. Wait, let me zoom in a little. Somebody may take this as an impulse. Somebody may take the other low. But yeah, it delivered both incredibly well. And the runners. It would be nice, you know. The impulse on a similar time frame. Yeah. I mean, usually there's a small difference between them, but yeah. Let me see if this would have hit BE. So you would have measured the whole leg. So entering on the 50, tapped the BE, went down to take out our BE, and then went for the runners. You see, that's the thing with Zil. Yeah, it incorporates the BE strategy. You can go BE, or you can just, you know, take the loss. It doesn't matter. But with the BE level, it usually taps, like almost all of the time. Or you can just take the small impulse here. Take the full R. But if you respect the levels, you have to respect the SL too. And the SL is on the 0.2, minus 0.2. Or you can take the 50 and leave runners, exactly. But I would incorporate a B strategy. I have to backtest it again because it's such a good concept. Like, it implements risk without, you know, actually having to pay attention to risk. It's almost mechanical. Well, it is mechanical because you can just draw it on your entry and you're golden. You know? Let's do Zil. Yeah, that's Zil now. That's all you have to do. Look. Draw it on your entry, draw the impulse. Okay, you have your stops over here. You enter on the 50%. It goes all the way to the BE. Okay, comes back up, it goes down, takes 0.5, double bottom on the 0.5, retraces back to the entry, goes all the way down to the 70, retraces back. Yeah, you could implement, yeah. Of course. I'll go over. Well, Roro, I I don't know how long the Sunday stream is gonna be. I don't even know when I said, but if it's gonna be if there's gonna be time, we're gonna do Zil as well. We can just, you know, with the entries, plot the Zil and see. Would be an interesting case study, honestly. So we did wick that that high, created a double bottom, taken out the first high, and then we took the second high. In fact, the best Zil plus entries for the backtesting session on Sunday. Yeah, we'll plot the Zil and we're gonna be backtesting entries to illustrate risk management, exactly. Because it's kind of mechanical. Like most of the people don't have, you know, targets. Like you can have manual targets. For example, enter here, have your stops up here, and at the 1-to-1 you go BE. Okay, you go BE and then you have your target here. You have your target here. You can have manual targets, of course. The double bottom can be a target. Then there's an MM that can be a target. You know, or just incorporate Zil, and you're golden. But yeah, the combination of two, it's probably gonna be diabolical. The combination of your mental targets with Zil, then you can just know, okay, it's gonna go to the 50. Like at the 50, oh wait, there's a candle that almost all the time gets taken out. So I'm just gonna use that, you know. Let me check something out. Oh, we didn't. Never mind. I was looking for something, but I didn't find it. Anyways, would you guys hold on? Yeah, so we have that double top forming. Could take out the first low and then the second low. This is the protected low we marked. I will, however, be right back. So bear with me for a moment. I will be right back. Hold on. I'm back. He's going to the other window to shot at the guy. Yeah, that guy won't bother us anymore. Don't worry, guys. That's exactly what I did. Anyways, who drew that fit? Yeah, double top. That's first low. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna get that first low, but I am expecting the run. Let me see, is this like 1000? Yeah, okay. So we might not trade deeper into this range. I don't see us trading any higher than this. But we'll see. We might just end up sweeping the low and then going lower. I am unmuted. Okay, cool. I just want. Or just might end up ranging. So I don't need to remind you guys to not diddle in the middle, right? Try to get an area, maybe up above at the top of the range or the bottom of the range. Do not try, you know, shorting down to the low at the middle of the range or logging to the highs. Ever thought of living at the top floors of a high-rise? Yeah, I mean, I'm scared of heights, but that I would be down. That would be cool. Of course. But that first part, the scared of heights thing, that's. I would bite the bullet and still do it. Like in Dubai or something, that would be nice. That double top's looking really juicy though. And price going nowhere. It looks like if you zoom in close enough, it looks like Friday. Does it not? I mean, our next stream is on Friday, so there's that. This wicked up above, this is not part of structure. This swing that mitigated at the 50%. I do see a short because it looks like we're gonna be rounding. So if you see, this is a good example. The distance between these highs, the distance between these, and now these. Insane. Yep. But the price can do anything from on. We did now trade up above this previous like mitigation of the 50%. I do see a sweep. I'll be honest. But we can reject from the 50. But I am seeing a sweep here. Oh yeah, this closing up above would mark this as our protected low. Let me just I have this here. Oh, that's a bit too protected. That's better. We're getting creative. Yeah, rejection at the 50%. I do see this eventually taking out our MM high. With that said, that doesn't mean we don't still come here, take out this low, and go higher. I mean, really nice bullish structure here, but I was bearish at the start, and my bearing, not bearing, my bear side was wrong. I really thought we were going lower, But again, I did think we were going lower. I had a narrative of us going lower. I did not marry that narrative. I had, you know, a potential story of what price might do. But yeah, we end up going up instead. What you don't want to do is marry that short narrative. And I've seen a lot of times with myself, what you end up doing with you know, marrying that narrative is taking shorts, even though market is clearly bullish. Market is clearly bullish, and you're just still taking shorts. You're trying to short the market, and the market's still going up. That's called marrying the narrative, and that's what I don't want you guys to do. When you see, okay, market flipped, okay, it created another swing. Okay, let me just wait until it flips. If you want to see shorts, wait until it flips. And try not to take every single trade going lower. Yo, Manuel, look at you, welcome. Ignoring the swing cut, the last swing equal high is not a sweep, so will you look at... Oh yeah, no, this SNDR? No. Oh, wait, hold on. Ignoring the swing count, the last swing equal highs and not a sweep. Oh yeah, this... Nah, I wouldn't, honestly. It's an inside... You see, yeah, you might see this as a swing, but you gotta zoom out a little, Wingsane. Look where we are. Yeah, we did end up sweeping that 4-hour low. We did not close below it, but this is still in an hourly swing. Look, this is an hourly swing. I guess if you had narrative to go higher, I would wait for a higher time frame closure to take that SNDR, but not as of 1 minute. So wait for a higher time frame closure if you want to take that SNDR going higher. That's what I would do, that, but that's not financial advice. Yeah. I am, however, expecting a trade going lower from the 50% of the MM. So you know, just go up a time frame. When you're in doubt, first of all stay out, and second of all just zoom out. That's the instructions. I hope those instructions help you. When you're in doubt, just zoom out and stay out. Oh wait, I just did something here, didn't I? Hold on, we gotta anchored. Where's note? Is that it? No, that's not it. We gotta find the anchored text. Is it not here anymore? I swear it used to be here. Text. I hear you, thanks. Meant more because it made a double top before the break. Yeah, I mean, that double top doesn't necessarily mean anything. Oh, get the fuck out. Oh, yo, Roro. Nice one. Hold on. There we go. Make this black. Make it bigger. I should do zoom out and stay out, but yeah, that double top doesn't necessarily mean anything in terms of giving it more probability. That SNDR, if you were gonna take it, I don't think, yeah, there's no closure up above on the higher time frame, right? Like the 15-minute. Yeah, the 15-minute closed below, and the 5-minute I wouldn't really consider the 5-minute here. While it can still deliver, the swing count is also high, but you just have to ignore the swing count. Yeah, the 15 is where it's at for me. But yeah, I am expecting a trade back into here. You gotta have context, you know, behind these entries. And the context here would be that we are delivering that 1-to-1 from the MM, and this is the previous 15-minute fractal, like the swing. Wait, that's 30. How am I on the 30-minute? Yeah, anyways, the 50-minute. Did we end up? No, not yet. Close though, close. This can still deliver. I'm not saying that it can, but it would just be going against my own narrative. Yo, Roro, let me see your charts. Ah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I just saw the double bottom from the imbalance. Really nice. And if you would have taken that, you would have probably profited by now. Right about now, yeah. Wing same. I'm just saying, it would be going against my narrative. Oh no, not yet. Celebrating too early. But that inside, they deliver. Again, with all combined, no, that would be a no for me. But again, it's a cool question. You know, you can ask yourself in where. Yeah, I'll probably stop someday, but that day is not gonna be today. I gotta remind you guys where legends are made in backtesting. So until these lows don't break, we're still bullish. And you can continue longing until you get that break, but what you're gonna have is a loss. So what you're gonna have, for example, why don't I take trades after 3 swings? I'll tell you why. Because after the 3 swings, have a much higher probability of us reversing, and with us reversing, it's usually like an impulsive move, where the SNDR or the origin or the second swing don't usually tend to deliver. So that's why I don't personally take these entries after. That's my rules. So, but that doesn't mean that you don't, well, that you have to have that rule. You don't have to have the same rules that I do. You might find profitability in taking every single SNDR into trend. It might be on the 5th, 6th, 7th swing. It doesn't matter, but you might find profitability there. Profitability. Like, I'm not saying that these entries are off the table completely. It's just that I don't personally take them. So, you know, that 1-to-1. Oh, that's okay. You know, I would say that it was really close, but that's like 10 points. That right there. My marker width is like 5 points. God damn. Let me see. Yeah, my marker width is 5 points. But yeah, we have that rounding that's happening. So you might see in a couple of 15-minute candles probably a rounding to the prominent wick, that sunset model, whatever they've called it nowadays. I wrote to Dave on X. I don't think I'm gonna get a reply. Let me see if So you could see a short forming here. Well, I do see a short forming here. So this high went. We have a closure up above. This is now the protected low. I would count this as just 2 swings on the 15 minute. The third swing does not match the first 2 swings. On the 15. On the 15. Yeah, on the 15 minute we have 3 swings. But these are not validated swings, manual. They're not validated. When it comes to validation, I like that closure below the low. And even with this swing, there is no closure. So that's why I'm relying on the 1 minute solely right now. But that as you know, swings go, this would be the inner, this leg. This is the current leg that we're in. So that leg is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the 5th, probably gonna take the low. But yeah, this is gonna mitigate the 70 with that higher time frame. Well, the higher swing count, the higher it is, the lower mitigation you're gonna get. So you're not gonna get the reaction from the 50. You're probably gonna get a reaction from the 70. So again, that's also something you can, you know, watch in backtesting. You can see, okay, when do we usually get the 50? When do we get the 70? Okay, we get the 50 usually at the first 3 swings. After that, price tends to mitigate further, or just break the swing completely. Yeah, so I hope this makes sense. This is the M1 protected low, and everything up till here is mitigated. So if this does come down, I would see it sweeping this low. So you guys excited for the Sunday backtesting session? I can't wait, and it's already Wednesday. Well, it's just Wednesday. Which video of Dave show the entry models for DTFX? I cannot tell you that based on the new videos, but on the old videos it was video 5 and video 4 on the old masterclass videos. Now the new one, I think Roro or somebody who's caught up with the new material, well, the new masterclass, they can tell you, but I cannot tell you which ones give you the model. I've studied the old masterclass. It's the same, like the same stuff, just, you know, refined and compressed, without all the clutter, without the music, without the you know, the distractions. Yeah, I will go over the videos. I'll just do it while I'm doing cardio. I'll go in the gym, just have my tablet, my Remarkable, and just make notes in the gym. I have another question. What is your winning rate? My winning rate. My winning rate is 76% at the moment. I shared this before, and I'm gonna share it again. This is my current run with the evals. Here you go. If you need proof, there you go. But yeah, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But overall, it's 65 to 70, somewhere in that range. Yeah, no worries, thank you. Yeah, I have the same playlist It's this playlist. Deep House Music 2024 royalty free music. I'm playing this over and over again. It's on 1 hour 24 minutes if you want to listen to it. I like it. It's like subtle, and it's not that, you know, it's euphoric and it's subtle. And it's like the best for live streaming. I would play my personal playlist, but I can't. It's gonna get demonetized really soon. Well, not demonetized, copyrighted. I don't have monetization. It's chill. You know, it helps me stay relaxed. Helps me stay in the zone. You know, it's not too much in terms of, you know, being excited and stuff. It doesn't make you feel any type of way, but it is, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's a good song. Yeah, guys, currently trading to the low. I could see. Oh yeah, Wingsane. This reminds me of you. Yeah, maybe talking about this, I would not count this. Because it has no closure up above. This is not a validated swing. This is not part of structure. And if it's not part of structure, I don't take it. I don't care what zone it is. I wouldn't take it. And yeah. Hope I hope I made it clear. I am looking for this to run below. As I said before, this went from the 70 to the 30. As I said, the higher we are, the deeper mitigations you get. And you got the top of the 70, all the way to the 30, and now possibly taking the low. So, just to recap, if I wanted to long, I would long down here somewhere. If I wanted to short, I would short up here. Now, why is that? It is not. The 1 minute did not close above. It wicked. Oh, we got that closure. Boom. Yeah, delivered that 50. But yeah, now this is the SMDR. Yeah, the range, yeah. Now Wingsane. I only count swings out of structure after we get a closure up above. I wouldn't count this as the swing. I would count this as our previous swing. Premium and discount, yeah, manual, exactly. It's kind of derived from ICT. But this is not part of structure. Now why? It wicked above. Yeah, it tapped the 50%, it went higher, but I would not count this as the previous swing. I would, however, count this as our previous swing point. I mean, if there's gonna be you need to come to that backtesting session. Yeah. On MNQ it wicked. I don't know about NQ. So we bullish 15 minute, bearish 1 minute, exactly. That's the fractal nature of price. Well, the 15-minute also did wick a high. So yeah. But yeah, this did deliver that that 50 back here. Oh. The 5-minute also ended up closing below. I'm with you now because it's wicked, but that setup without the wick and having equal highs, if that entire swing was a swing 2 or 3, I would have taken. Yeah, me too. Honestly, I would. That's me being honest. I would take it too. I'm gonna look and see how this forms. Oh yeah, the CPI candle low. The candles have so much volume, one could probably trade the fractals still without worrying about spread on CFDs. Exactly! Now it has so much volume, so much more volume, that doesn't even matter anymore. You can, like, spread, what is spread when you have 50-point candles? What is spread, genuinely? So we said that rounding was happening, and we are gonna, well, we did expect a trade lower. That's exactly what happened. We also had a zone, we had a sweep. Yeah. If there is no sweep, you are the sweep. I should probably make a bot that says that. I was looking into that streamer bot, but you have to have so many things installed. Like, you have to have a thing installed and then have to set it up. Like, too complicated for just a bot that says things in the chat. Let me see the 5. Ooh, really nice closure on the 5. Made that swing. You see how this so with 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5 taps. Well, you could have also, you know, counted this, but I take taps as price trading in and out of the zone. So in and out of the zone, in and then out of the zone. I wouldn't really count this. Yeah, on the 15-minute, look, in, out, in, out, in, out. Yeah, you could also take this as a tap, I guess. But yeah, the 50% was a high probability zone, sorry, level to deliver. So this did end up tapping the hidden S&D. Also, if you miss the tap, the trade is cap, exactly. If you miss the tap, don't go FOMOing in, please. do yourself a favor and if you miss the trade, just watch it play out. Because trying to, you know, join in on the price action while it's delivering your entry is 10 out of 10 times not a good idea. Because you see that tap, it taps your zone, for example, and then you wanna, then you didn't enter, for example, and then you see it short. What if it goes lower? You enter it on a short, delivers that 1-to-1, by the way. You enter it on a short, it starts reversing here. Now it's back at your entry. Your stop loss is above the high because that's what the rules are. Your stop loss is above the high, and now you're just in unnecessary drawdown. Yeah, it might go down again, but what if it goes up? Takes you out. Now you're double. For example, you had the same risk, you had the same lots. Now you just lost 2 trades, taking 1. Yeah, while you're trying to do this, well, I know most of the time you're not even focused. You're trying to, oh wait, what am I gonna do? Okay, let me do this quickly. And what you end up doing is effing yourself. Yeah, that's what you do. You know? So, missing the tap, the trade is tap. If I find if I miss a trade, sitting and watching is therapeutic. Because if it wins, I take a mental win. If it loses, I avoid oh my god, look, what Manuel just said, it can be a video of its own. What the Manuel just said, guys, remember this. If you actually have this kind of, like, if you're in this mental space, you are bound to win. Because if you're that emotionally intelligent, like, nothing can stop you other than your own model. Because this is insane. This is right. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Manuel. Love that. Absolutely love that. Wisdom, exactly. I could see us tapping this and delivering lower, but I have overall targets. Are this CPI candle low? That's my target for price. We have this low that might be swept and get a reaction off of. Oh, is it gonna be one of those days when it just, okay. It just shits the entire session. So yeah, I have a reaction here, going higher a little bit. As I said, if this reverses, I said this is gonna be our target, and then rejecting because this is the only unmitigated area we have. Tradify just sent me an email apologizing for what happened. Good thing I didn't take any trades, honestly. This is just a target. This is not a protected low of any sorts. At least it shouldn't be. I mean, yeah, it is a 5-minute protected low. But I just had this as a target for price to tap before going lower. Oh, the DXY is under 100. What is happening to the dollar? I just noticed. It used to be like 110, didn't it? Great. How are these solo candles able to print 100 points is beyond me now. Yeah, I can't fathom. Like, I don't know what is happening to the markets, what kind of money they're moving, but it's crazy. Like, as I said, give us smaller contract sizes. Retail demands smaller contract sizes. I want to risk accordingly. Said nobody ever. Well, we did call that short. I still have the targets down below at 740. I did want to short this reversal over here, like this SNDR. If only it came up to it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. Maybe if it prints, yeah, we'll go in, but I guess not. I guess not. We were tapping into a higher time frame area. We did flip, and then I would have taken that SNDR, but seeing as this is printing right now, probably not gonna get an entry anytime soon. I wouldn't be longing this, however, because we did learn the couple of days prior that we don't want to be catching a falling knife. Falling knife usually cuts you. Like, congratulations if you caught the handle. What if you caught the blade? Yeah, this is this flat candle. Target for price. It goes higher, tap that imbalance. So guys, did you take any trades? I know Rora did. Nope. Okay, that's cool. We still got tomorrow. I mean, the session's not over yet, but you know what I'm saying. But the session's still fully open. You could play top of the range, bottom of the range here. Since it's raging at the top. Still, I have us trading down though. Another 100-point candle incoming. Oh, it printed 100 points. Okay, that's fine. Every day is a DTFX day, even weekends if you trade crypto. Exactly, every day. Every day we trade. Every day we come into the markets, we make money, we lose money, it doesn't matter. We come in again. Every day. Every day, baby. I took a 1-to-1 of that 15-minute origin. Yo! Nice. Nice. Hey, as long as you're trading by your rules, I love it. I absolutely adore it. Just looking at this price action, we said we're gonna have a sweep and then trade lower, tapping that imbalance, maybe the SNDR. Well, I don't really, well, it's an SNDR for the 5-minute, yeah, the fractal. I don't even need to say anything. Really nice. So those targets down below, our higher time frame low is way too far away to consider anything, and our higher time frame high as well. We're just stuck here in the middle of the range, trying to do everything. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Well, you're gonna have days where there's no entries. You're gonna have days where you have 3. Just gotta come in the next day and switch your 100%. Even if you have 15% of your energy left in your day, and you take those 15% and put it in trading, still, at the end of the day, you gave in 100%. You gave all that you could. Even when you're low on energy, yeah, like I said, 15%. That's what you're feeling. You're feeling really unmotivated, really, you know, I don't want to do this. You go take that 15%, you put it into trading, you still at the end of the day put in 100. And it's gonna compound. It compounds. So yeah, guys, make sure to always come in and put your all into it. Otherwise, you don't expect to win. Only expect to win once you've given your all. Before then, I don't want you to celebrate. I don't want you to do anything other than keeping your head down and trading. don't have high hopes just because you come into the market just look at price. No, that's not. No, you actually have to put an effort. Looking at price won't make you profitable if you're not already profitable. Looking at price will, one, just exhaust you because you don't know what you're looking. Oh, exhaust and confuse you. And it's not gonna make you any better trader. Just looking. This deliver these small candles, just 1 minute. Like, what do you gain from a session like if you're not already profitable? Nothing. What you gain is yeah, there's some concepts, there's live application, yeah. But other than that, if you're not already backtesting, you shouldn't be watching these streams because it doesn't. It's not a stream where you're gonna learn a bunch. It's a stream where you're gonna learn how to implement this in real time. But learning to see it first, a whole nother thing. You gotta learn how to see these entries yourself. Because I saw we're gonna be trading into this imbalance and going lower. That's what I saw. Where did I find this? In backtesting. This wasn't a concept given to me on a silver platter. You see these things play out over and over again. Look, it took the low. So, exactly, that's what I'm saying. This would be the second swing. When it closes down below. No closure yet. Be back Friday, jackhammer all the full port SP. Yo, Wings, and have a good one. Buy the silver bullet when it comes to exactly. Yo, jackhammer Friday. I'll make the stream that. But yeah, I'm gonna be, well, in 7 minutes I'm gonna go too, so there isn't a whole bunch I can trade right now given my rules. But yeah, I hope I've given you enough information as to, you know, this session alone. Because yeah, we had that CPI candle, that gem, that MM, that flip, the rounding, the weak swings that are not pattern structure. We got, yeah, a lot of things. So I hope you guys learned something today. Yeah, like without further ado, I'll probably just end the stream right here, and we're gonna see each other on Friday. So Friday 9:15, I'll see you guys there. Okay. So wait for me. The live stream is to reassure me that I'm not. Exactly, Manuel. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you know, nobody but you can make this happen. See you on Jackhammer Friday. Yo, see you guys on Jackhammer Friday. Take care. God bless. Okay. And follow the rules. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.